Hi and welcome back, my name is Emelie. Today I'm gonna create 2 cards using a stamp set called Best Wishes from Trinity Stamps. I'm also gonna be using some of the dies from the Slimline series Foliage frame. You can see I cut out those images and colored them in, mainly off screen. I will color some in for you so you can see how I created this. And I will build a bouquet, like a flower decoration on top of your cake. So that was my thought and my inspiration for this project. And I want this to be really soft and feminine, this card. So I am using colors that to me speak of that. So I'm using a lot of pinks and teals. So here you can see I am decorating the cake a little bit more. I wanted the frosting or the decor of the cake here to be like a soft coral color, and I want that to have some texture. That is why I'm coloring it in the way I am. And I'm leaving the Best Wishes there on color because I will actually pop off my sentiment later. You can see I cut out already the sentiment, and that comes with the coordinating dies. If you get there actually is 2 separate die pieces that I will link down below, so you can get the coordinating dies and you can also get the dies for interactive element, and you will see that better in the next example. And you can see here how we are assembling the flower arrangement. I played around a lot, both on camera and off camera, to figure out exactly how I wanted everything to be placed down, and I wanted it to look cohesive, and I wanted it to be in a diagonal so your eye will travel down the card in a nice way, and you can see how this card turns out. And I didn't think that this stood out enough, so I will go in and create a little bit of a color in the background. I'm just using sponge sugar from Distress. It's a Distress ink color, and I will just use my blending brushes from Trinity Stamps to give this really soft pink color in the background, and that really makes our cake stand out a little bit more. I will also go in with my water bottle here and spray it a couple of times just to get another effect here on our card. So when we're done with that, I will pop all of this up with some foam tape, and that will pretty much finish our first card. We will just create some more interest with first off with a glitter pen, and then I will also go in with a white gel pen and create some texture both in the background and also on top of our flower and leaves. That will create or act like a shadow, and or a bright spot, I should probably say, not a shadow. And I don't really mind or think too much about where the light source is, so I am placing those down where I think it looks good. And you can see the sequence here. I listed them up in the left corner. They are really pretty. Some sequence also from Trinity Stamps is these bubbles that has some, they are not just clear, they are iridescent, I would say. So for our second card, this card I am using the interactive parts that you can get separately, and I really recommend doing this because if you have all the 3 pieces for this really cute stamp set, you can mix and match and you can use them a lot of times. I have used the coordinating sets here a couple of times on their own, just using that Best Wishes, and that is something I really like when you use products a lot. So this is I would say, if you are picking up something from that release, I would say that this is one of my favorites from that one. So go and check it out if you haven't seen this set together. There is also a video if you want to take a closer look at that, and I can list it up here in the right corner for you, and you can watch that after you watch this video. So now I'm just figuring out how I want this card to look in the end. And I know that this card I wanted to have a soft summer color combination as well with the teal, and I wanted this to have a little bit more of a masculine vibe to it. I know it's quite feminine in the end anyway, But that was my plan, that I did that really soft flower cake, and now I wanted some more, a little bit more boyish card. I don't know if I pull it out since I am hesitating myself here, thinking that it maybe turned out a little bit too feminine, but I like the result and I wouldn't change it if I would do it a second time. So that, I think, always is a good grade to yourself, that you have done something right. So here I'm coloring in everything, making sure that everything looks cohesive. And before I am adhering the flaps down, I'm using a sentiment from a previous released, or is an older one from Trinity Stamps, that is called Almost, a sentiment for almost every occasion. I have used this a lot and it's one of my favorites, and it really is a sentiment for almost every occasion, so I'm using it quite frequently. I'm just inked out I'm missing you and happy birthday underneath our cakes here, and now you can see that I'm taking that flap and we will adhere it to the top piece here, and everything will look cohesive, I think. So I'm using some Memento, it's a glue from Nuvo. I really like this one. I know I'm talking about it in like every video, but it's the only glue that I really enjoyed using. It really is a strong glue, and when you put something down, it dries clear, and I can use it for sequins, for small places and everything. I think it's great. I just put something heavy, it actually was my phone there, and now I'm trying to decide, after that, letting that dry for a couple of seconds, what I want to do for the embellishments, because I thought it looked a little bit flat, not having anything on top. So I decided to go with this really cute embellishments, also from Trinity Stamps. It's some sprinkles here. I will list them up in the left corner if I haven't already done that, with these cute embellishments. And of course I used the same sentiment with the coordinating dies, and I just popped that underneath in a straight line this time. And I thought he still looked a little bit too empty, so I took some more of those sequins and just fiddled around with them until I thought it looked good. And I think it's a really fun element that the recipient will open these tabs and they will have their message underneath. And you could put whatever, you can put something like a creditor or something else if you wanted to. I know one of the design team members did that. You can go and check that out if you want to see that. But I thought this was cute enough just to have the sentiment, and I wanted mine to stay flat when I wasn't like looking at it, so I creased those lines with my bone folder a little bit more, put some shimmer. I couldn't leave it as is. I told you this didn't turn out that masculine, using all of those sprinkles and the glitter and everything, but I don't know, I love it, and I hope the recipient that I will give it to, whoever it is, will like the shimmer, and I bet they will, because who doesn't like shimmer? I mean, that's the best thing. So when I had coated all of that with the glitter, I also went in with a glossy accent just to make the sentiment pop a little bit more, since we are doing a pretty simple card here, even though the interactive part is the one that we are gonna focusing on in this project. So I put that on a high shelf just to not mess it up while it was drying. And here are our two finished card projects. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumb up or a comment, and it would mean a lot if you would subscribe to this channel. I'm sorry, I cannot speak. And I will see you soon again. I hope you have a fabulous summer. Bye!